Hi, I'm with Sandy Hinkle, and she's Executive Director for Feeding Medina County. And we are currently raising money as a campaign for the Elect on a Bee Hike Committee. We are raising money for Feeding Medina County. And I have Sandy here, and we're going to talk for a minute about the need she's seeing at the food bank and what's going on day to day right now. Thanks for joining us, Sandy.
Well, thank you, Donna, for having me. And thanks for doing this for us. That's nice. That's a real nice gesture on your part. Thank you.
You're welcome. So what are you seeing out there right now as it for need?
Well, a lot of people may not know what we do, so kind of let me get you the quick rundown on that. You know, we pack for children every week. We pack the weekender bags for children who get free and reduced meals if their parents sign up for the weekender bags. And typically we pack just a little bit under 1,000 bags. Well, when this happened, obviously schools went into the crisis mode because they all knew that there were going to be a lot of kids that were not going to be getting fed every day because they weren't getting the breakfast and the lunch thing. So in an effort to, the first thing I did was get an email out to all the superintendents and building principals and let them know that I was going to continue to pack these bags if they could find a way to come pick them up and then distribute them to the kids. So that was the first line of business, and every school, all 7 districts are doing that. They're all coming to our warehouse to pick up on Wednesdays, to pick their bags up. And then what they do is it goes back to each school and it gets divvied out according to what building the kids are in, you know, how many bags, what kid gets a bag from what building. And then teachers take them and home deliver those bags to make sure that every kid is getting a bag. Now, 2 things have happened. We always gave out 3 meals and snacks. We are now giving out 5 meals, 5 breakfasts, and lunch and snack items. So that bag has literally doubled in size for the amount of food that I typically would give out. And also today our numbers were over 1,200. So we've gone from 998 to 1,200. I've also had to ask my volunteers not to come in and pack since many of them are older and retired. So that has been a learning curve for us as well, because we depend on them. They're the people that make this happen. So what I have scheduled for tomorrow, and it also happened last week, we had the National Guard there last week, and tomorrow we will have National Guard, and then local law enforcement will be there as well. So that's kind of how we've changed, you know, had to shift what we do to make this keep going. I will tell you, every day has been new and different. Every day has been a challenge. I have 3 phones sitting here on my table right now, so any one of them will go off at any time. I have one I just muted. So we do that along with feeding the seniors, which of course has been a challenge as well, because some of the senior centers are not wanting anybody to come into their building, even if it's to bring food. So that's another challenge, another barrier we've had to work around, and I'm still working with that to try and make sure that that population who can't leave, they can't get out, and some of these people don't have any transportation, they don't have family who's going to shop for them, so they are literally stuck in this apartment with nothing. So some of the senior centers have been superb and carried business on as usual. I have a handful that have not been, and I'm working with them. I'm challenging them to step up to the plate and do the right thing by this age group. By the ones who I probably think are the most fearful of what's going on. And then the last thing that we have done, which we've always done a food distribution at the fairgrounds for families once a month. The food comes from Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank, and we are the conduit for Medina County. We distribute it. We have the staff, and we put it all in place and make it work. So we have had to change that. So what we have committed to do is a food distribution instead of once a month, every single week.
Wow.
And I have the emergency response team who is directing traffic. We have a drive-through. So we still have to collect their information, which is really, we're trying to push this through the state level to not have to do this. It would be so much easier if we didn't have to stop every car, have them open their window, breathe on whoever is doing this, getting the information from them. And then what happens is they drive up and the food is loaded in their car, so they don't even get out of their car. In the past, they would all get out of their car, come into the community building at the fairgrounds, stand there, we'd take their information, they go through the line and shop. So we've changed that as well to give you some idea of the impact that's going on in our community right now. Last week was our second distribution. And I had 242 families come through, which was almost 100 more than what I normally get, over 100 more than what I normally get. And we fed a total of 843 people in that. That was the count for the people that came for food. It's going to be bigger this week. We're going to see more of an impact this week. We're going to see more of an impact every single week. I had a couple school buildings ask me for, can I have 20 more bags? Can I have 30 more bags? At some point, I don't know when we're not going to be, when we're going to be underwater. So right now, in the past, we've ordered food from Aldi's and places like that. I've stopped that. I've also stopped food donations coming into our building. And I know people love to I've gotten so many calls from people that said, I have food to donate. I can't take a chance on that. First of all, I don't want people emptying the shelves at the grocery stores. That food needs to stay for the people that go shopping. Secondly, I can't take a chance on contamination. So to be safe, I have gone that route of not accepting food donations, which really does bother me greatly. However, I've said to people, if you want to help us, you can donate financially, because right now we're just buying 100%, we're buying more food than ever before, and it's going out our door quicker than ever before. And so those are the things that have really changed dramatically in our lives. And as I said, it's ever changing. Right now, my operations manager is over at our warehouse meeting with ServPro, because I want to have our place disinfected every single week before I put any food in bags. So that's a whole nother thing that we've never had to do before. Right. This has been, we all know, this has been something unprecedented that will hopefully never ever live long enough to see this again. But it's really been a whole change of how everybody does business. And even when you want to help people, it's been huge. So.
Well, what part of the administration would you need to talk to about not having to collect the information from people? What department is that? Is that Jobs and Family Services?
That comes from Job and Family Services, and I understand it's at the state level. Yep. I have also talked to a couple, I've got a few more political people I'm trying to get in touch with to say, let's just waive this for now, that we don't have to do this. If people are coming for food, they need food.
They need food.
I mean, somebody that doesn't need food is not going to get in line in their car and wait 2 hours to drive up and get food from us. That's just not going to happen. Yeah. So if we could get that waived, and I know the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank is also trying to work on that as well. So if we can get the right person to say, you know what, this is considered a national emergency, let's just forego this temporarily. And the form, the information just says it's a qualifier that I agree that I fall in the income range of, qualifying for food. I understand I just got something from the food bank saying that that they have actually upped the percentage of where you fall for qualifying for food. So they've increased that for families. So if we're doing all these things, why do we have to enter the data? Let's just get a head count. How many's in your family, and send them on their way and give them their food. Because the whole thing is, the less time we spend with one another, that's what we're being told.
Right.
You know, and if you're,
right,
you're,
less opportunity to
yeah, I mean, it's not something that we can do, you know, any other way but face to face if we have to do this. And I don't like the idea of putting people in that situation. I mean, I've really tried to eliminate anything on the end of Feeding Medina County that would jeopardize anybody. So,
even at the schools, because I'm helping at Cloverleaf when we hand out the bags, we still have to collect information. We still have to collect the kids' names. We still have to collect, you know, what grade they're in or what school they're in, you know, whether the elementary, middle school, or high school. So, yeah, I mean, I agree. They should just hold up number of kids that they need bags for, and we load it up, and we should be done. And with your no entry of that data.
so you know that you're taking it right to the student's home. Is that what you're doing?
No, actually, they are coming to the school to pick up.
Oh, they are. So they're not home delivering. Okay.
No, Cloverleaf's not home delivery. Well, it's the largest school district we have in the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cloverleaf.
Okay.
Because it encompasses all of, I think, Westfield Center, the Lodi area, Guilford Township, and some of Lafayette Township, maybe.
Yeah, they're out to Seville and out that way. Yeah, I
Seville,
understand that.
Guilford, yeah.
Yeah,
So
Lodi and
it's a huge area.
Right.
Spencer maybe too in that area goes to Cloverleaf. I'm not really too certain exactly those areas, but so financial donations is the best way to help you right now. Yes.
Yes, absolutely. And people can go to our website, although I would, of course, you know, nothing's ever really easy, is it? Because on late last week, we found out that the PAYA system that takes our payments, something went awry with it. So in order for people to go on and donate, if you're on Internet Explorer, it doesn't bother you, but if you're using Chrome, it does. You have to go back to Internet Explorer. So we're pulling our hair out because we're trying to figure out how do you fix that one. And that's really, it's out of our hands.
Right. So I'll tell you what, for everyone that's listening today, between now and Thursday night, if they go to my website, you go to donnab4ohiohouse.com, and you can donate through there. 100% of everything we collect, 100% between the Monday and the Thursday, we're giving to you for Feeding Medina County. We raised $700 yesterday, which is pretty awesome.
Right.
And
nice. Yeah.
So it would be great if we could do another 7, 8, you know, another $1,000 for you. So
that's great, Donna.
If anyone
Thanks.
is listening to this today or tomorrow, please go to donnab4ohiohouse.com and donate there, and it's all going to Feeding Medina County. And then hopefully next week you're going to have that issue might get fixed up for you and other
Boy,
people.
I sure hope so. the less stress, the better right now, yes. As we all know. But you know, I have to say that the people in Medina County have been so gracious. I mean, we've gotten a lot of donations, and as I've said to my operations manager, just spend that money, just buy the food. I don't care what it costs. I mean, at this point of the game, we just need to make sure that we're staying on top of feeding people that need to be fed, and especially the most vulnerable, the kids and the older people. You know, those people, those are the ones we need to make sure that they have food every day. Yes. That they don't have to, you know, worry about not having a meal this week, you know, or a senior who maybe just all they have is cans of soup. You know, we want to make sure that on top of everything that's going on, all the stressors in their lives, we don't want food or lack of food to be one of them.
Right.
And that should, and we're going to make that happen. We're going to be fine, because Medina County always does that. They step up to the plate. They do exactly what they need to do. So
we have a very giving community, and you are correct there. We do. Well,
We,
Sandy, I'm going to let you go so you can get back to your phone calls. I know you're
Thank you. I'm sure I have some messages to return here. Yes. Thank you so much for doing this, Donna. I so appreciate it, and good luck to you in the future. And thank you to everyone who's listening to this. I so appreciate what you do for us. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.